Kill every last one of them.
Welcome to Tea and Toffees, a twice monthly podcast. Hello, I'm your host Nightshayd, trying my hardest, making sense of you incomprehensible, confusing human beings.
What an intro. Okay. Hello, I'm Cecilia. Oh, wait a second. Aren't I the host for today?
Why? Because I've let you choose the topic and structure of this episode.
Yes.
Well, are you going to lead and take over most of the discussion?
I mean, you tell me.
I think it's like 50-50 overall, I think. Though it differs between sections, but overall should be 50-50, I think.
So we are co-hosts, like we were in the beginning.
That happened
Yes.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, a long, long time ago.
Spoilers for all roots of Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I guess, because that's the topic of today. But the game has been out for long enough, so I don't think we need to. We never do spoiler warnings anyway, so why am I even doing this?
The game has been out since 2019. Long enough.
6 years. 6 years.
5 years.
It's not 2025?
It's 2024 for, not that much longer, but...
Oh. Whoops.
Whoops.
Don't mind me.
Well, wait. Is it just me? Or are my notes in a different color today? This looks off.
I forgot what hex code I use for your notes, so deal with it.
You forgot? But you could have looked at the old notes and then copied the same color. Aww.
I didn't have access to other notes. I was elsewhere.
Oh, well, that would make sense. But forgetting stuff is bad, because information is always key. More information means more power. And having or not having information changes your perspective on things. It's what Fire Emblem 3 Houses is all about.
If you say so. Who cares?
I do say so. And I have one very important question before we start. How many hours did you put into this game? Because for me it's 350 hours.
I don't know.
So then look it up.
Why don't you look it up for me? Your Switch should be able to tell you that, right?
Okay, then I will look it up for you.
Nice. My personal little slave.
190 hours.
There you go. I never did finish listening to all the S supports I had worked towards. I got tired of doing the last battle over and over and over again, when YouTube is right there.
Yes, YouTube is right there. That's true.
That saved a few hours, I suppose.
And 350 hours is a lot, but 190 hours is also a lot. So,
hey, that's about the amount of time I spent in Breath of the Wild before I started streaming.
Lots of hours put into both games. I see how it is. It just, it just took me longer to explore all of the what ifs this game has to offer. The what ifs of one single choice that will affect the outcome of a war, and by extension, the future of an entire continent. One choice that will affect the lives of so many people. And you are just a mercenary that is now supposed to teach some students at an officer's academy? Okay.
Fire Emblem 3 Houses is a tactical role-playing video game that is part of the Fire Emblem series developed by Intelligent Systems and published by Nintendo, with the very first entry having been released in 1990 for the Famicom. 3 Houses as the 16th entry in 2019, and, as of recording, the latest game being Fire Emblem Engage from 2023. There. Necessary information.
I suppose so. I don't even know what the Famicom is.
Super old console. A bit like I think you connected it to a television, and then you had two controllers connected to it, so you could play as a family on a console. Famicom.
Yeah, that would make sense for the name.
So you and I are not actually that familiar with Fire Emblem, really, because we both only played 2 entries.
Oh.
You only played it because of me, as usual. I mean, I got into it with Fire Emblem Fates, also called Fire Emblem If, because that one song was all over YouTube and I got curious about it, and it looked cool. And this one had 3 roots, I believe it: Birthright, Conquest, and Revelation. They had to be bought individually, but you only had to pay the full price for one of them, unless you wanted physical copies of Birthright and Conquest, and you had to pay the full
price
for both of them. Yeah, but if you just bought one of them, physical or digitally, the others were like half off or something.
Nice.
And back then, I believe it was only $40 per game, and not 60 like it is now.
True.
So yeah, you could basically 3 games for the price of 2.
Nice.
And yeah, Revelation was actually only available as a digital download, and only available if you had at least one of the others. You couldn't buy it separately, which is understandable because it was never meant to be played on its own, right?
Yes.
So I got into Fire Emblem like that, but you could say I did not actually get into it because I stopped bothering with the games after 3 Houses.
I mean, I also didn't play Engage.
Yeah, I got 3 Houses when it came out because I was already really into Fates by the point, and then I gave you my Fates games to get you into it. And then you got 3 Houses for yourselves, and then you bought 3 Hopes, and then I borrowed that one from you.
Yes.
I would have bought 3 Hopes, but I had already played, what was it, Hyrule Warriors by then? So I wasn't really keen on 3 Hopes because button smashing is not my thing, but I like the story.
You wrote 2 Hopes. I guess Dimitri doesn't qualify as a Hope. Only Claude and Edelgard do.
Are they supposed to be the 3 Hopes? I don't know.
I mean, who else are supposed to be the 3 Hopes?
Yeah, no, Dimitri Hope doesn't. No. But yeah, no, button smashing is not. There's a reason I don't really like Genshin all that much. I only play it for the visuals.
Visuals. You know, the developers could have pulled a Pokemon company and released the different routes as different games to earn more money, but they didn't. They basically gave us multiple games in one. They went from giving us 2 games. Was it 3 games for the price of 2, and now they gave us 3 games for the price of 1. So they're improving. Yeah. Nice.
Exactly. It's like even for Fates, and in Fates you really have 3 full games, in my opinion. Whereas 3 Houses is like half of that. Well, it has more content in total, but the routes have like not. The first half is just identical, basically. So it's a bit. It's hard to compare.
Yeah,
it's hard to compare, but yeah, ignoring the DLC, you really only had to. And it's like $60 compared to 80, so.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm not mistaken about previous, it's been so long.
I mean, I think the price increased to 60 when they switched over to the Switch.
Yes, so I should be correct about 40 and then 80 if you had the discounts. But yeah, it's on one hand, Fire Emblem 3 Houses is far more extensive, has far more content. On the other hand, the routes are not, they don't differ as much as they did in Fates.
Yeah, yes, I can agree with that, but still, the sheer amount of hours we have put into these games is just proof how much content there is overall, and that we found it worth it to play all 3 routes, even though like half of it is nearly the same.
All right. We are talking about a game. Yes. I guess we should talk about a gameplay.
Yes, we should.
A gameplay, not the gameplay. The gameplay.
Some aspects of the gameplay?
Yeah. I mean, Fire Emblem overall as a series, it's a combination of RPG, roleplay for those who've lived in the last century. Like, well, no, I didn't live in the last century. I was already dead. Anyway, roleplay and strategy, a combination. Just an interesting combination. And I hadn't encountered that before. By now, I've encountered it in other games because my horizons have been broadened, but when I discovered it, I didn't know that was a thing. So like on one hand, you have a lot of focus on characters and their arcs and how you develop the relationships between them. And on the other hand, you fight turn-based battles with these characters, utilizing their different class-based strengths and weaknesses. In comparison to Fates, Three Houses, as I mentioned, is much bigger and richer in the things you can do, individual character customization especially, as in ability points or whatever they're called, that you need for class ascension and other things. You also get mini games, etc., etc. But from what I remember, Fates, you couldn't customize your units, your characters as much.
And no,
you have more
couldn't.
freedom in Three Houses.
Mm-hmm.
It's also almost completely fully voiced too. That was something that Fates unfortunately didn't have. It would have really benefited from that. But yeah, they really went all out for Three Houses. They upgraded their gameplay from the previous games immensely. So they fully voiced it. There was so much content. It's impressive. It's impressive.
It really is.
I cannot tell whether Engage can hold up to that. I don't think so. Because Engage isn't really story focused, from what I've seen. The only thing I missed was the ability to have romance talks take place during the game. And like, I'm not saying I want the characters to have kids growing up under questionable circumstances in pocket dimensions, because what the hell?
Yeah,
Fates?
what the hell?
But getting a small note in the credits after all the relationship building the game gave you beforehand with its numerous support conversations felt sad.
Maybe they didn't want to commit to a relationship knowing they could die any moment. Or you could apply the same reason to why they should enter a relationship. I say it depends on the individuals involved, but isn't it a general rule that romance has no place in a war, but is the foundation for rebuilding?
You're asking the wrong person.
Oh yeah, no human emotions. Questionable morals.
I was just surprised because Three Houses put a lot into the relationship building. But
yeah,
it didn't really pay off because you just got a little note at the end.
Yeah, it could have been better, but I suppose there might be reasons for that.
Yeah. What else is for gameplay? Well, difficulty settings, I guess. Like most games have that. Mm-hmm. Easy mode if you just want the story, which is then basically a visual novel with some interruptions. Normal for normal playthrough. Hard for the experienced players.
Maddening.
If you want an actual challenge, you will have to go for at least hard mode and classic so that fallen units actually die. Because hard mode is challenging, but not that challenging. And if you utilize Game Plus on a rerun, then, well, everything is a breeze.
Mm-hmm.
So, Game Plus is also an interesting addition that they did not have before. It's super duper nice for reruns.
Oh, yes.
When you want to really do everything. It wasn't really necessary for Fates, I guess, because it was 3 different copies, so you didn't have all the the really tedious Academy phase.
It is
that
tedious.
Is the same for every route, but you want all routes to explore everything. So Game Plus was a good way to make it less tedious, because you could explore every character. Recruiting wasn't as hard. There's stories, interactions. It helps immensely with recruiting characters. That's what I made the most use of Game Plus, to recruit characters.
Yeah.
And get the characters from different houses to interact with each other.
Yeah, I think I did the same. It was mostly so that I could more easily recruit characters from the other houses to my house. And it also helped to just, okay, I can upgrade my units faster, so I can get through the academy phase faster. Yeah. Yeah, it's and to get through the to get through the academy phase faster, what did I have to do? I had to do character optimization, which is something I love to do, you know?
Yeah, I know.
It's like the first run I did, I was just very overwhelmed with all the options that are available in this game and just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. So it was like, okay, we will do the bare minimum that we are required to do to clear this game. But then on the second one, I had Game Plus. I had actual knowledge. I gave my characters like battalions. I could change abilities. I gave them accessories that are actually useful for them and changed them out. It was like, wow, my characters are even stronger now. This whole new world I didn't realize before was there. So much more to optimize. Every character also has a certain proficiency in every subject, as well as talent, lack of talent. Most also have hidden talents, but the question was always like, is it worth it to unlock that hidden talent? Because I'm like, should I invest into this or focus on the other things that I know will be useful?
Well, I never bothered with that. Because why would I?
Why would you?
Same for Genshin. If it works, it works. But I mean, I guess I got you now doing it for my Genshin characters because you love doing that stuff so much.
Yes, give me more.
I just hate doing domains. I get no satisfaction out of going through all that effort for some added damage.
I do, but I don't get satisfaction out of completing household chores.
I'm so averse to the button smashing. I don't even like doing the Abyss, even though it gives you so many Primogems.
And
but I hate
imaginary
doing it.
Amphitheater.
It's so boring. I hate it.
Don't worry, I already did it for you for this current season.
Thank you so much, my personal game slave.
I suppose
awesome.
So.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about other gameplay features. Well, first off, we take 1 month at a time. We receive a mission that we need to do at the end of the month. On Mondays, we instruct our students for skills they need in the battle phases and for class ascension.
Actually, no. Yes, on Monday you choose what to teach them, but basically it's meant to be like, okay, this is what you do during the entire week, Monday to Friday. You teach them these things. It's an entire week of teaching. So that you just do it on Monday and then don't do anything until the weekend.
It feels like I'm only doing it on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to set a different plan every day? It's just easier that way.
No, that would be too tedious. So
yeah, also they would have to condense the amount of experience they gain, right? So it's like, okay, this is what they gain in a week.
It does make sense to set a lesson plan for an entire week. And then at the end of the week, we reach a Sunday. And Sundays are there to relax and do nothing, right? Right?
You say that as if we aren't doing work on Sunday. Right now, it is Sunday.
Yeah, because Sundays are not to relax. Nope.
Exactly.
I mean, you can choose to rest, but I've never done so. I was just too busy doing other stuff. Have you ever chosen rest?
Yes, actually.
Why?
Because I had nothing left to do. It was usually towards the end of a month, and I had literally nothing left to do.
But it does have the benefit of restoring the Sword of the Creator, but I never used that until the final battle came around. And sometimes not even then. I also thought that gaining like 1 more level or 2 wouldn't hurt, so I was always like, okay, nothing else to do, let's fight some more.
But after a certain point, you even use up the fighting.
I mean, at that point I was just auto-battling because my units were overpowered.
Oh gosh.
Yes. I mean, you can do other things other than rest and battle on Sundays. You can also attend seminars, I
know. You can do a lot.
Yeah, you can do a lot. But if you do the battles, you can also gain some money and meat and ore on the side. Cat, can you please stop rustling with the paper in your cat house?
I can hear it. I don't know whether OBS is picking it up, but...
I also don't know, but she's making herself comfortable in the cat house.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. But you can also explore the monastery on Sundays if you just want to run around. You can do various activities there, like fishing, for example.
Because every game needs a fishing minigame.
Apparently so. You can also go on a sauna date. You can have a student take part in a tournament. You can sing in the choir, do some gardening, have a meal with 2 students, or cook with someone. A tea date is also an option. And everyone always loses their stuff, so you have to bring it back to them. These students are so careless.
If you're nice about it.
True. You can also ask people to teach you, because you have no clue about most of the subjects that you actually are supposed to teach.
Makes sense, yes.
But the most important thing you can do was only added in the DLC. Feed the cats in the monastery.
Feed the cats. Also the dogs, but feed the cats.
Feed the cats.
And there's no actual real benefit to it, not as far as I know, but
sometimes
feed the cats.
Sometimes you can get like a special ore that you need for special upgrades. So it does have a benefit, actually.
Who cares? Cats.
Yes, I also just choose to feed the cats, because cats.
Okay, so much to do, such a rich game. But the gameplay isn't entirely good.
Then tell me what
no
is
matter
not
how much
good.
you gush about it, Cecilia, I'm sorry,
I
but...
mean, yes, it has flaws, so tell me about the flaws.
The biggest, most glaring flaw, the pacing is entirely off, unfortunately. And that's the entire game. The prologue, the academy phase, and the post-time skip. They're all really wacky in pacing. Especially because of the monthly schedule, but not only because of that. But I think that's the biggest issue with it.
We have a really pressing matter we need to take care. Let's wait a month to get to it.
And it shows more and more with every replay that you have to do to get the entire picture. Which, of course, it's super cool and good that you do need to see every route to get the entire picture, right? Except the Churchyard, who cares about those, honestly. And it's hard to wrangle that into a single game, but the academy phase is so tedious on the first run already.
It's fine.
And you have to do it at least 3 times. The only time you can skip it is for the Eagles Church split, which I also have a little issue with, but other section, more towards the end of the episode. Fates did that a bit better, in my opinion, because, I mean, all other issues that Fates had aside, because it had a lot of issues, it was 3 fully developed games, more or less. There were also some similarities, but from what I remember, it's been a while, they were just very distinct from each other, whereas Three Houses, well, it's condensed into one game, and like, it's not even half of each route, it's more than half of each route that is exactly the same.
I mean,
it does help that the monastery is so rich in content, because you got so many NPCs, so many books and little things to find, and the activities that you all mentioned, Cecilia. It's still, Fire Emblem Three Houses suffers massively from pacing issues. What is interesting, though, because that ties in with the pacing issues, the support conversations are actually made to fit into the overall plot. Some of them are even time-locked. Not all of them, though. Not all of them are time-locked, and they still fit whenever you get them.
I got really annoyed that the support conversations between Hubert and Ferdinand are time-locked. I was like, I want to unlock the next support, but I have to wait. And then I finally unlocked it, and I was like, no, I have to wait again? Seriously?
Well, but it does fit the story, you know.
Yeah, it does fit the story.
That was one of the things that they didn't mess up to make it really integrated into, because if none of them are time locked, either some things would make sense, or you would just get very generic ones that are really boring.
That is true. So I suppose I should be glad that they were time locked. But I just love the support conversations in general, because they had 2 purposes, which I found really nice that they gave them a dual purpose. You can improve the stats of your characters on the battlefield when the units in question fight side by side, and get lore as a bonus. Well,
yes.
Well, you can see both as a bonus. Depends on what you focus on. It's just like, both is really nice. It makes sense that your units will fight better if they have an ally besides them whom they know. And the better they know their ally, the better they can make use of that and fight together, right? Make up for each other's weaknesses and make use of the other's strengths. And the added lore is nice for people who care more about the story than the battle-related optimization.
Me.
Like you.
Me.
I mean, I also, with that feature, I also cared more about the lore than the battle optimization. But still, it makes it a feature that players with different priorities can all appreciate.
Yeah, I utilized that more in Fates than Three Houses, I believe. I didn't really pay... I don't know.
Oh, yeah, true.
Because in Fates it was more obvious, the benefet.
True, now that
and it was slightly different.
Yes.
The gameplay was a bit different, how you could utilize it. And you got these little hearts. I'm not sure whether Three Houses did that when 2 people fought together and defeated an enemy. They got little hearts appearing.
Yes, they still do.
Cute. It was adorable.
But
yeah, no, I know that I can't compare my memories too bad for that, but I remember that I utilized the good relationship, good fighting option together a lot in Fates.
Why?
We're not here to talk about Fates.
No. We are here to talk about Fire Emblem Three Houses. And while we are already on the topic of characters with the support conversations, let's talk about characters, shall we?
Sure.
There are a lot of characters in this game. And I think everyone's opinion of each character depends on the routes that they have played. And of course on personal preferences as well. I think it would be nice to share our takes and then people can comment below who their favorite and least favorite character is and why. So I would like us to quickly go over the main characters and share our opinions.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, 3/4 of the important characters have extremely traumatizing backstories or in desperate need of therapy. The remaining quarters also moderately tragic and would also benefit from therapy. Fleshed out backstories are definitely one of the strongest suits of this game, but does everyone need to have a tragic one? Really? Is that necessary?
Yeah, apparently so.
I think someone made a tier list of who has the most tragic backstories. And it's
no.
Everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
How tragic do you want it to be? Yes.
Aye.
Secondly, the Holy Kingdom nobles tend to have middle names, whereas the Empire nobles usually have surnames with the nobilary particle "von." And the Alliance is a mix of the two, and that is such a super cool little detail to put into a game.
Mm.
I noticed this when I made the list of the characters we want to go over. I was like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah, I never noticed really before.
It's not a 100% or from the characters fitting, right? Which makes sense historically. It wouldn't, of course, not exactly be like that, but generally speaking, Holy Kingdom nobles have middle names, noble empires have the nobilary particle form. Fun, right?
Mm-hmm. Fun.
Now, individual characters, because that's what you actually wanted to do, Cecilia.
Yes.
Why don't we make a tier list? Not a well-written character tier list. We would put them all in A or S tier in that case. No, a personal vibes tier list.
I'm all for it. Let's do that.
Okay. I give you 5 tiers, sorted in order of how edible they are. S tier is nom nom. A tier for nom. B tier is neutral. C tier is meh. And F tier is ugh. Blah.
Of course, you would go by how edible they are. I also see
it's the only real good way to do it.
No D and no E tiers?
What for?
Yeah, don't know really.
It's okay, you have the central 3, don't care, don't like. And then you have the special and which is S, right?
Yes, S, special and then the go
alphabetically
away.
S does not come before A. So why should F come directly after C?
True. Yes, you make a point.
Okay, goal is Gaussian distribution. That's math. But we'll see how opinions average out because we have
opinions.
I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Maybe we will be completely off or we will be very agreeable. Let's start with Byleth. Definitely better than Corin. Hands down. Even though you can't customize their appearance, but you get some outfit choices more if you have the DLC. I guess that's something. And I don't really mind not having... It depends on the game, actually. It's Pokemon I need to customize my character.
Oh, yes.
But I did not mind at all in Fire Emblem. I wish for neutral... I wish they gave me a neutral gender option, but it's not like they really use any gender pronouns and shit. So I guess that doesn't. It's not for me. It's not about the pronouns. It's more about the appearance because Byleth has very big boobs.
True.
In female version and male version is stylistically not my choice. Nah, not my. Yeah. So, but still, doesn't matter. As usual, silent protagonist trope. It's especially, I don't mind for most of the routes, but in the church routes, it doesn't really work. In the others, it works fine, but the church route is not, because Byleth is the central character there, so it's not really...
Yeah, you don't have a house leader there with like the central figure. You are the central figure. So then silent protagonist.
Also, the neutral gender option would unlock all romanceable characters.
Yes.
Because not all of them are... I mean, of course, not everyone is bisexual, pansexual, whatever, but it was a bit annoying having to... I couldn't do it all in one route. I had to redo a route with a different choice of byleth, so...
And I
don't mind playing both byleths, it was just annoying because the routes were already tedious enough, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and if you want all the S support, you need to recruit all the, like, the other gender that you couldn't romance before.
And you can't really do that for every route.
Yeah, so you need to do Game Plus.
Yeah. It's like if you want to personally romance all of the characters with byleth, you have to play every route twice, probably. Depending on, or maybe not twice, but you have to play at least one or two twice. You do it cleverly. Plan ahead. Why would we do that though? Anyway. byleth is fine. They are meant to be inoffensive. I suppose that they are so B tier.
Agreed. I didn't even make notes on byleth. It's I kind of forgot, you know.
Well, that's in character for byleth.
I suppose we are sorting both versions into B.
I mean, they are one and the same. Unless you want to... Unless the appearance makes for different vibes, but I really don't care either way, so...
Nah. B tier for both.
So, good. With that out of the way, let's start with Blue Lions, the route you're meant to play first, which I didn't, but
I did.
More on that later. I hate them. For the most part. Do not vibe with them. They don't taste good.
Oh, poor you.
So, Dimitri Alexandra Bladed. Is that how you pronounce it?
Alexander.
You'll have to help me with pronunciations because I have not replayed the game for this episode or watched any videos, but...
I mean, they don't exactly utilize middle names all that often,
The crown prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fergus. Fergus, I believe.
Fergus.
But it should be A, Fergus, because it's
But it's the Holy Kingdom of Fergus.
But that's not how it was written.
But it's English.
Anyway, I hate him, personally, but I do love his character arcs. A bit over the top, and executed awkwardly, and resolved too quickly. But the essence is there.
I can agree with that. In the early academy days of the Blue Lions route, we see a very cheerful Dimitri. He experienced tragedies in his childhood, but he masks his trauma for the most part. I think he just blocks those memories mainly because they terrify him, which is not good. You should do therapy. And what remains is a naive, optimistic, and idealistic person who can be really annoying. But the further you progress, the more we see Dimitri's dark side come out that is connected to the trauma he never worked through. I don't know if I appreciated it as much in the first time I played it, but I love Chris Hackney's performance as Dimitri's voice actor. That really did a very good job. So, especially like with the two sides of Dimitri, like he came across as very innocent at first, and then the VA hits you with these really dark lines delivered with so much emotion behind them. Please everyone, give a round of applause for Chris Hackney and his voice acting performance here. Thank you. And in case you didn't know, because I also didn't know, he also voices Laulu and Laulu.
Yeah, try to do it the Japanese way. We are not Japanese. Whoops.
Yeah, because L are the same in Japanese.
Laulu. I have no idea, but yeah.
In Tears of the Kingdom. Not that we know, since the fluff. But we played that game with Japanese voiceover, so we don't know.
Yeah.
And another game we do not play in English voiceover. Well, at least not for the most part, in my case. He voiced Kamisato Ayato in Genshin.
Hey, you have that one.
Yes, I have that one. I made him
one
for
of your many
while.
Hydro characters, because you're Hydro obsessed.
I love Hydro. Hydro is best element.
Debatable. Alright, anyway, Dimitri. Yes. Since it's personal vibes and not how well written he is, F tier.
Well, because of the voice acting performance, I would want to put him in C tier, but, well, we can also put him in F tier.
Dedu Molinaro? Molinaro?
They never actually said his last name, I believe, in the game. Or if they
Dimitri's most faithful servant.
What did Dedu do? Like something. What did Dedu do? Because it's something towards the VA Josie said when he streamed the game, and it just got stuck. You know.
I saw the note and I was like, huh? But now that you say it, I see it. Oh gosh. He's meh, C tier.
Yes, C tier.
Felix Hugo Fraldarius. Now it's not English all of a sudden anymore? Goodness.
Felix Hugo Fraldarius.
That's not English.
I can agree with Felix. Yes, Dimitri is a boar.
Yes, he is.
A boar prince.
He reminds me of Leo Jinga a bit, so I suppose he's fine. B tier.
Yes, he's fine. He's a B tier.
Ash. I was about to say Hubert.
No.
Not Hubert. There's an H missing. Hubert? Whatever.
Hubert, I believe, because it's also not Uber. Uber Eats?
He's fine. I think I actually liked him once, but not anymore.
It's the opposite for me, because in the beginning I didn't really like him, but I grew a bit fonder from later on, so he's fine now.
B tier.
Yes. B tier.
Sylvain. Can't pronounce it.
No clue because they never said. Sylvain Jose? Gautier?
I mean, if you go Spanish, it would be Jose or something, I believe. Like an H sound?
Sylvain Gautier.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the skirt chaser who is not actually chasing skirts.
He's fine, B tier.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes von Matritz.
The Hufflepuff older sister character.
And, completely makes sense why her name would be the Empire way of naming.
Yes, it makes sense indeed, if you know about her character background. C
tier.
B tier.
Ugh, fine.
I mean, we can shuffle around later if we need to, you know?
Annette Fantine Dominic or whatever.
Annette Dominique. What was her personality supposed to be? I forgot. She's forgettable.
She annoys me. F tier.
A C tier.
Oh, fine.
It's like there are more annoying characters, you know.
Fine. I can compromise on C tier. Ingrid Brandel Galatea.
Also not much of a personality, besides her very naive nightly dreams.
She annoys me even more. F tier, I say.
Well, I would have said C tier, but I can compromise on F tier as well. So nice. F tier she goes.
Moving on from that mess. Golden Deer. The house that got the most plot exposition.
Yeah, true.
Also, good house. Claude von Regan. Heir to the leading house of the Leicester Alliance Roundtable.
Leicester Alliance. Like Hilda so fittingly tells us, let me get the note right. He rarely takes things seriously, but somehow you just know you can always rely on him. Very nice quote.
No, you can rely on him until he ditches you. At the end.
Until the very end of the story when he ditches you to go back to where he came from.
Why? Also, why is he not bisexual? That's so mean.
No clue. He even said that he would be fine being king and then he ditches you. Really annoying.
Whatever. But yeah.
Marianne also has a very fitting metaphor in my opinion, because the professor is a tree and Claude is like the wind. The professor watches over the students and Claude is pushing them forward with his ambitions.
He's a scheming bastard. I love him.
Yes.
I love his complicated backstory. A tier.
But Claude. Claude.
Fine. If we end up with too many S tiers,
then we will discuss.
Yes. Okay. Hilda Valentine. Valentine is a male name. Anyway. Goneril. In a way, Claude's second like Dedu and Hubert are, but not really.
Hilda.
Love her. She's awesome.
Yes.
S tier.
Yes, definitely. Yes, we can agree.
Lauren Hellman Gloucester. I see you misspelled Gloucester, or maybe that's just to remind you how to pronounce it. Lauren Hellman Gloucester.
I am Lawrence Hellman Gloucester.
I am Ferdinand von Ayer.
Ah, yes.
These two could have a shouting match just with their names.
Yes, and afterwards during tea together, because both love tea, both love writing. They are like brothers who got separated at birth.
Yeah, Lawrence is annoying, but in a funny way, but still annoying, so C tier.
Sure.
Raphael Kirsten.
I didn't even know he had a last name.
I'd rather take Dedu or Balthus. Definitely Balthus, not Dedu.
Yeah, Balthus. Balthus. Give me a Balthus. Because Raphael is too obsessed with meat and muscles. Eat some veggies.
I don't know, he's one of the most stable characters. Especially if you take a deeper look at his backstory, and it's surprising how stable he is.
Yeah, true.
He should by all rights be super cool, but I just don't vibe with him, so C tier it is.
C tier it is.
Ignaz? Victor?
Yeah, Ignaz Victor. I hope people like his paintings and he can do a career as a painter once the war is over.
Meh, C tier.
I considered B tier for him, but I suppose C tier is also fine.
Lysithia von Ordelia. Now, he is a fine lady.
Annoying yet sweet.
I'm sure she'd taste sweet if I ate her. A tier.
Yes, A tier.
Okay, next is Marianne von Edmund. Love her, have to protect her at all costs. S tier, S tier, S tier.
She is precious and needs to be protected. Personally, she is A tier for me.
No, S tier.
But S tier is also fine, so sure. Let's put her in S tier.
Good. Okay, next house.
You forgot someone.
No, I didn't.
Leonie.
No, I didn't.
Leonie Pinelli.
No, I didn't. She wants to her dad. What the Get that creep away from me. F tier, below F tier. Belongs in the trash can.
It's like, for me, it's also like, stop talking about my father. You're creeping me out. Go away. F tier, F tier, F tier.
Below
F tier.
We're putting her in the trash can.
Trash can. Okay, trash can tier. Now we can move
okay,
on.
now the black, the Crimson Eagles.
Yes, the Crimson Eagle House.
All the gays.
All the bisexuals and gays and, well, just the queer house.
Yeah. You can use queer. You could also use gay. It's like
the house doesn't care. They just don't care. The house of the gays.
It's like, if you're technical about it, I'm not gay. I'm aromantic and asexual, but I would count myself to the gays, you know?
Why not?
Even though I know technically I should call it queer, but then again, why would I put myself in a human box in the first place?
Boxes. Nice.
Edelgard von
Restrock. Edelgard von
something.
Restrock.
Tongue twister.
Yeah, it is.
Heir to the Adrestrian Empire.
I think there's an honesty. It's Adrestrian Empire.
Whatever. I am honestly relatively indifferent about her, so B tier.
I was hesitating between B and S tiers. B and A tier, so B tier it is.
Hubert von Vestra. Edelgard's devoted vassal.
I wonder how many knives and poisons he has on this person at all times.
Love him. Can never decide whether I want to eat him, literally, or have him eat Ferdinand, metaphorically. Gloomy little murder Kremlin, so I can't decide between S or A tier, actually.
Well, I ended up with S tier together with his husband.
S tier, I can agree, but I didn't put
Ferdinand
von Ayer.
Yes.
Is also annoying in a funny way, not unlike Lawrence, but he grows on you like mold. B tier.
Well, I suppose then Hubert is in S tier and Ferdinand goes to A tier.
The middle ground.
Yeah, the middle ground. A tier it is then.
Middle ground is easier than having to decide between two adjacent tiers.
Yeah, that's very much true. It's just Ferdinand is a ray of sunshine. He went from too full of himself to just the right amount of confidence in himself, and he's a ray of sunshine.
Yeah.
You're not exactly the sunshine person, but I am.
I put up with you, that's enough.
I know. Thank you for putting up with me.
Now then. Linhard von...
Heffring.
Damn it!
These names. Lenny.
Best boy, can do no wrong. Let me lie down right next to him with a book and dream about conducting unethical experiments on people. S tier.
I want to join in on the snaps and book reading sessions. So, very high A for me, potentially also S tier, so S tier he goes to.
Yes, the only right decision is S tier. He's the best boy. Yes, let us conduct an ethical experiment together. Why not?
Yeah, that is the part that's a bit like, I have to rein you in with that one.
Casper von Berkeley's or something. Too much energy, C tier.
Precisely. For the same reason, also for me, C tier.
Bernadetta von Varley, must protect at all costs, A tier.
Bernadetta Protection Squad and carnivorous plants are indeed awesome. A tier indeed.
Dorothea Arnold, she's fine, B tier.
Yes, girl, right? An embarrassing, well, the opera itself is not embarrassing, but embarrass Edelgard by writing an opera about her and then singing it to her. Yes.
Petra McNary.
If you can read and write perfectly, then why do you mess up your grammar when speaking? And why is there no improvement seen after the 5-year time skip?
She doesn't even have an accent.
Yes.
That's the weirdest part. Weird illogical grammar issues with no accent whatsoever aside. She annoys me, so F tier.
I was unsure between C and F tier, but I ended up with F tier as well. It's like, no improvement after time skip, F tier.
So technically Monica von Ox is also a Crimson Eagle. Mm-hmm. I like her, so A tier.
Yes, I hate her, but I love to hate her.
I love her.
A tier is fine, completely fine.
Okay, next, root order-wise, the church comes next.
Church.
And others.
Yeah.
I hate the church, to be honest. Most of the characters in the section rank surprisingly high, though, even though I hate the church. Weird.
Weird. Happens.
Starting with Rhea, get her away from me. She belongs in the trash can.
Well, there is no other option for her but the trash can.
Yes. Gerald. Dead. I have learned that the word dead holds a lot of meaning to you humans, depending on how you emphasize it. So, dead. A tier.
Oh, he died. But, wait a second. He can narrate even when he's dead? Oh. Or is he dead now? Or is he? A tier.
That he dies makes it even better, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, someone actually dies. It has an
Sothis. Sothis.
There's a voice in our head.
Why do all the protagonists in every game I play have voices in their heads? She's a little sis, so B tier.
Sure. B tier.
Sedef.
Keyhole.
Whatever.
Keyhole. Like the keyhole. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
My mind went places there.
Okay. Thank Sedef for his objection to our appointment as professor, because he is indeed correct. We are not qualified for this position.
He's a dad, but he's not our dad, but he's also our dad? B tier.
Dad energy goes into B tier.
Blaine or caffeine?
Cephalene.
Why? That's not how you...
Cephalene.
Huh?
For me, it's just like, oh, you're also here. I forgot you joined my class at some point. Huh.
Why is she still so freaking immature? She's over 1,000 years old. Why? Why?
No clue why.
C tier.
C tier it is. Forgettable.
And a man. He's fine, B tier.
Rein in your interest in my quest. Lenny is at least cute when he obsesses over quests. For you, it's a little bit creepy. C tier, but for the sake of distribution, B tier is also fine.
Why is it creepy for him but not for Lenny? He's also cute. I like his experiments.
Lenny is cuter.
Well, yes, but Henneman is also cute.
Meh.
Manuela. No, she's neutral, but I like her fruitless endeavors to find true love. It's cute how clumsy she is at that, so B tier.
Just give up on the dates for a while. Your liver will thank you for it.
True. Aloise.
Please, just stop with the jokes. Please.
He's funny because his jokes always fall flat.
And
B tier.
in the beginning, he was also B tier for me, but he annoyed me so much that he dropped to C tier. I suppose he's now our replacement dad, so B tier would be fine because all the dads go into B tier.
Jeritza von Kronpenheimstadt, aka Emil von Bartels, aka the Death Knight.
I just want to hug him and eat dessert with him and shed the blood of our enemies by fighting side by side.
I like him in all of his forms. A tier.
Jeritza is S tier for me, and for some reason Death Knight is only A tier. I can't even pinpoint the reason.
It would be the other way around for me if I were to separate them, but no, all of them are A tier. And we have too many S tiers already.
Yeah, so we will put them in A tier.
Okay, last but not least, Ashen Wolves, the best house.
DLC house.
We start with Yuri Leclerc.
Yuri Bird, Yurikins. Do you also carry mild stomach poison around?
Probably not a mild one.
It's a strong one.
He's like Claude, but more of a flirt and darker, more of an evil streak, definitely more ruthless. It's almost as if he is what Claude was meant to be. So of course I do like him. S or A tier.
I put him in A tier.
I like him more than Claude though, and we put Claude into S tier.
Yeah, that would create a problem because I like Claude more.
Then both should go into the same tier, A tier.
If I have to move Claude, I also want to move a character that is in S tier because of you. Maybe Marianne?
No. We will come back to that in 3 characters.
Okay.
Balthus von Albrecht.
The almighty king of grappling, who can heal himself and others, which is really, really useful.
Yes, A tier.
Yeah, I see you want to crunch on him.
Nom 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 nom. He's not quite S tier, but nom nom nom.
Nom.
Constance von Nouvelle. Yes, A tier.
B tier. The reality sometimes gets on my nerves. The shady version is just too loud for me.
Fine, B tier. Happy. Maybe. B tier it is.
Poor girl. But B tier is good.
Okay, too many S tiers. So, I'm gonna move this one down there.
I saw this coming. I saw this all coming because you are the one moving all the characters. I suppose it's fine now. But like this, like with the trash can, F tier needs a few more characters.
In that case, Annette and Ingrid.
Didn't we already put Ingrid in F tier before? But anyway, is this a Gaussian distribution now? Because we were aiming for that.
Yeah, got it. All right, okay. Who's left? I forgot to. Oh no.
Well, there are a lot of like more minor characters there.
Yeah, give me a second. I just accidentally closed the tier list. As one does, you know?
Yeah, as one does.
Okay. Where is it? Oh god. I got it. Okay.
Got it. You'll get there. You got it?
Okay. I think I do. Okay, who's left? Wait, nope. 1 second. Damn it. I need more monitors, did you know?
Yeah, I know. You need 3 monitors.
Definitely need more. Damn it! Will you listen to me, computer? Listen to me.
Computer
Do
said
what I tell
no.
you. Okay, I think I got it now.
Okay.
Hopefully. Okay, who do we have here? Well, I mean, we already sorted the characters. I sorted them with like post-time skip, so we don't need the pre-time skip. This is Anna, I believe. She's from the DLC.
Yeah. I mean, she's always
I
there.
don't care.
But you can only recruit her in the DLC.
This dude is Annette's father. Meh, C tier. Catherine, I don't think I like her. C tier. Forgot her name. C tier.
Shamir?
This dude, don't like him. F tier. Quanya.
She also wants to kill lots of people.
I'm looking at these and like I don't remember half of these people. But I kind of like Quanya, so I think A tier.
Well,
Cornelia.
I also love to hate her.
Cornelia's hard. A or B.
Cornelia was A for me at first, but her face is just Oh no, her face annoyed me so much when she's like pissed off. So it's like, no. So can we put her in B tier?
Yeah, sure. Let's put her in B tier.
Yeah.
Thomas. Ugh. Nah. F tier. Oh, I forgot who you were. B tier. This dude. C tier, I guess. This. Oh, I think that was Ash's adopted father, and this one is Sylvain something.
Might have been maybe a knight from then.
People, so many people. Goodness. Oh, another Thomas. You belong into F tier.
Yeah,
I don't like you.
What was his name? Solon?
Okay. Pfft, whatever. You, I remember disliking you. Okay, now. Grandpa Ash. Oh, wait, there's sorry, got the wrong Cyril. Oh, Nemesis! S tier.
Not S tier for me, but you have to...
S tier.
It's to crunch on, I suppose. And
there's another trash can. Okay.
Yes, trash can.
Still so many characters left. Okay, fine. Since I don't care about these, I guess most of them are
B
tier.
Yeah, because if you don't really care, it's like, then they go into B tier.
Okay, Ash's adopted pa. He looks like a grandpa, honestly. And so Yeah, I guess B tier, don't care. You, B tier, don't care. You, B tier, don't care. You, B tier, don't care. Even though I know you did it, I don't care about you.
Hey.
Or you. Or you.
Or you.
This one... No, I don't care, actually. This one, don't remember. This one I hate. That's 30's dead, I believe.
This dude, dead is...
Who even are you? This one, don't care. This one, don't care. You, I don't care about. You, I hate. And you, I don't... And who cares? Okay, that's it.
Well,
that's it.
I'm looking at this. And I think to myself, this is fine the way it is. But I can definitely see your influence on the on the S tier.
Well, you also influenced me.
Yes, I also influenced that, but I'm like 2 of the S tiers.
We influenced each other.
Yes.
Okay. Now for the last section you gave me.
Yes, it's all about perspective because we have different routes and different perspectives in each route.
I have to say, though, because this is a bit of narrative section as well, right? Hiring Dyalla feels like such a plot-convenient, completely illogical thing in the beginning. And it could have remained that way. Lots of game and other stories do it, but not in 3 Houses, no. Because as you progress the story, you will actually come to realize that it was not just for plot convenience. There are, in fact, reasons and motivations driving that decision, all from Rhea's side. And that's just one of the many things that make this game great, right? Because when you start, it's like, this is such a, okay, I will take it, suspension of disbelief, every game does, and then it's like, wait a second, no, actually, there was a reason for this.
There was a reason all along.
Although the prologue is still a hot mess. And why do the 3 heirs just so happen to be the exact same age and are now traveling together without a proper escort?
At first, I thought, surely they aren't the same age, since people attend this academy at different ages. Like Hubert and Lysithia are 3 years apart, for example. 5 years apart. But you are right. The heirs are all the same age, which, as you said, makes no sense.
I'm always right.
Not always, but like 95% of the time.
Yeah, and Gerald's mercenaries, what about them? They're just working for the church now. But yeah, that's just as a first taste. But of course, what we're going to talk about are root differences, because of course we are. Or you are.
I will talk for once.
I broke it up a little bit because you really divided it, and I was like, but yeah, it's still gonna go through the roots, I guess. Let me say a bit, and then you can take your bit, and then we will see where we are. Azure Moon, the Blue Lions, bored me to death. I played Word and Wind, Golden D first. This was, of course, not surprising at all. So, because, I mean, what I wanted to say is because I played Word and Wind first, it's not surprising that Azure Moon bored me to death, right?
Not surprising.
Because you meant to play Azure Moon first, but it's sad. Because Crimson Flower, Crimson Eagles, and Silver Snow, the church, had more than enough to show for themselves. Even with Crimson Flower being 4 chapters shorter But Azure Moon was disappointing.
It was.
Which might be a big part of why I do not like the Blue Lions and do not care about the members at all, but it doesn't matter. Either way, it does not hold up to all the other 3 routes. Out of the 4, 3 houses routes.
And that's, I'm just glad I listened to you when I started out playing the game, because I played.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Trust me. I always know what I'm doing.
I did, and I do not regret it. Yeah, okay, the Blue Lions, Azure Moon route. It's the naive route, in my opinion. The Nemesis plotline is, like, not explored at all. I don't think he's even mentioned in the second half. We have the Tragedy of Dusker plotline, but since the only ones that were involved and are still alive are from the ones who still are in the dark, and we don't even learn about their existence. We never learn what actually happened, I think. Huh.
No, really. Not really.
And then Dimitri is asking for a meeting with Edgar towards the end of the entire war, before they clash on the battlefield. And him holding out his hand to her after she is defeated in battle shows how very idealistic Dimitri is. He has overcome the darkness and is now looking forward to the future again. He just took the death of a man he saw as a second father in the meantime. But Dimitri is the type of person that wants change to come slowly and change things from within the system. Work with the people, be honest about absolutely everything. It's a very black and white, like light and darkness kind of view, and it's
It's clearly meant to be played first. Both for the what they intended to do with all the different routes and their perspectives, and just to get you into the game. And if you don't play it first, well, I got bored.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate what it stands for in the greater context.
It's like it's laying the foundation, like the ground, like doing the groundwork.
Yeah, even if you don't play it first, it's a different perspective, and it's interesting to see this different perspective on it. If you got the context, because it's realistic.
It's like if you play like Verdant Winds first, the one where you get so much exposition, and then play Azure Moon, it's like, oh, you really don't learn anything here. This is so fascinating. Like how much information is just missing when you just have this different perspective when you start out, when you grew up elsewhere and the like. So, still thankful I played that one first. I don't even know if I don't think I did a second run for the Blue Lions.
Don't know whether I did that either.
Who cares?
I don't actually remember telling you that, but I guess past neitshayd was really nice to you.
Yes, I suppose past neitshayd was.
Occasionally, that's a possibility.
You wanted me to have the best experience of the game.
Ugh. Go on.
Okay, moving on to the Verdant Wind that you already mentioned. Because in contrast, Golden Deer route gives you so much lore and so much story. Not only about those who slither in the dark and the crests and all that, but also the world outside of Fodlan. Because Claude's mother is from a noble house of Fodlan, but his father just so happens to be the king of Elmira. What a combo. And because of that, he grew up in a very unique situation. He had to survive attempts on his life, even as a child, very casually. It was certainly unfair, but it made him see how blinded people are by their prejudices. Like, everyone in Fodlan is apparently a coward, according to the people of Elmira. And in turn, the people of Fodlan call the Elmirans beasts. But they are all human in the end, aren't they? And all of this inspired Claude's dream, his vision to tear down the walls between nations and to eradicate prejudices. It's a very noble goal and sounds like a pipe dream as well. But Claude surprisingly stays realistic, because that's how Claude is. He prefers to scheme in the background. He doesn't want for the people to turn against him. which would happen if you start a war that causes so much bloodshed, like Edelgard did. Claude can get Behind Edelgard's cause, wanting to be rid of the society ruled by crests and the church's opinion, because Claude has seen how it is without that, and it's like, this is bullshit. Hubert even entrusts you with the mission to eliminate those who slither in the dark, because unlike Dimitri, Hubert trusts Claude that he will actually do that, and question like everything and seek the truth. You even get to learn about Nemesis from Rhea, and you get to fight him, and then you can quench him in Nightshade when you fight him. It's a very epic battle with epic music involved, and you don't learn anything about this in the Blue Lion's route, which is like, okay, so much missing. I suppose Nemesis can just come out and slaughter everyone in that, like, aftermath of that route. Okay, you dream about your snack while I will continue with the Crimson Eagles route, because I have...
Well, the route is called Crimson Flower.
The Crimson Flower route, which is the Crimson Eagle house.
Definitely.
Because I had thought that we learned so much more in this route, but when I revisited in preparation for the podcast, I realized we don't actually learn that much in this route. It's surprising. And this route is focused heavily on the crest system. Like, if you have one, good for you. People will treat you well, and you will likely be able to live a life as a noble surrounded by luxury. But if you don't have one, tough luck. Tough luck for you. No chance of really moving up in life. You will just be another commoner. You will never be special unless you are lucky and find someone who makes you feel special. That special someone. But even crest bearers don't have it easy. There is pressure on them to have offspring who also bear crests. You are also expected to take on a leadership role, even though you might not be suited to it. This system is basically bad for everyone's mental health, which, yes, Edelgard, please demolish it. Thank you. But your means are a bit, I support Edelgard's idea of abolishing the crest system, but all the bloodshed is, But then again, the question is, what would cause more casualties? Allowing the system to continue as is, with families being torn apart by crests and the slithering people carrying out their experiments. Or a war that will cost lots of lives now, but save so many from tragedy and death in the long run. What is the higher price? It is a very tough decision, and I can't really blame Edelgard for the choice she made. And Nightshade, are you dreaming about your snack? Are you still awake?
I'm awake. Go on.
Wait. I should continue talking? Well, one does never cease.
Go on.
Then I will indeed go on. Thank you. The battle against those who slither in the dark is not part of the story in the Crimson Flower route. I was confused about that at first, but I think now I understand why that is the case. Edelgard knew of them, but needed to enlist their help to eliminate the church, which was the enemy, and for the crest system, it was all church. She preached propaganda that demonized the church for things that the Agarthans did, those who slither in the dark. If you were to now move against them openly, they would be, then Edelgard would be accused of having lied to everyone, and no one would follow her anymore, which would be very bad to establish a new system where she needs trust. Were there even javelins of light fire that would have enabled Hubert to deduce the location of Shambhala, the stronghold? From those who slither in the dark? Yeah, I don't actually think so. So makes sense that they couldn't like it happened in the church route and the Golden Deer route. There. So if you don't have the location, how could you attack there? You know. So I suppose there was no choice but to fight that fight in the darkness and let Hubie do it. Okay, done with Crimson Eagles, on to the last one, the church.
Silver Snow.
Thank you, because I actually didn't remember the names for that. And I honestly also forgot that you also learn about the true history in this route and not only in the Golden Deer route. But it does make sense. This is the church route, so you should learn about the church's origins. For some reason, the church is usually evil in games and webtoons and novels and the like. It's why is it always the church?
Well, have you taken a look at the history of your own world? Should you really be all that surprised?
I really shouldn't be. But at this point, it has become a trope, and sometimes it's annoying because you can already predict, oh, a church person showed up. I'm sure he's going to turn out to be evil. It's just no surprise anymore.
Unless there are clerics with healing powers.
Oh yeah, true. Those exist as well.
What annoyed me most about Silver Snow was, in the other routes, the heirs, or whatever, are the central figures, right? Dimitri, Claude, Edelgard. And this one, Byleth takes that role, and that doesn't work because Byleth is a silent protagonist. Unlike the other 3 routes, the Silver Snow doesn't have its own academy phase, because it splits off from Crimson Flower. So you also don't need to do it for that, or you only need to do it once for both of these routes.
If you have a safe slot that you don't overwrite.
Why would you not? Why would you not?
I mean, if you don't know, you know.
You should always regularly save. And maybe
a backup save in case of stuff.
When you have big decisions, which the game actually warns you about. You know?
That is true. It's like big decision. This will influence what happens. So maybe make a new save file.
I mean, certain games like Baldur's Gate 3 are meant for you to like save really, really often on your own. Because the autosave won't save you.
Oh no.
You have to, but you can save at any moment in time, even in the middle of a conversation. So that's that. You can also do that in Hogwarts Legacy, but we don't talk about that game. Nope. So the split between Silver Snow and Crimson Flower. While it is nice that you don't have to do the damn academy phase again, the split was not the best decision, not the way they executed it. Because it doesn't make sense for all of your students, all of the ones in your house and the ones you recruited, to hinge entirely on that one decision that you as Byleth make. Except for Flame. All of the students from the Crimson Eagle House, and everyone you recruited joins you no matter what you decide. And for a game so focused on individual motivations, this one feels totally out of place. Next you had, I saw the long-winded wall of text about whatever it was, truth of the modified church history or whatever. I cut it from this episode because A, the facts are in the game for people to find out by themselves, and B, the theories are for people to form themselves when playing the game, because that is what this game is about.
But I put a lot of effort into those notes. I'm offended.
You're offended. I thought you were going to cry, but you don't look like you're Please don't cry. You don't look like you're going to. You're going to be fine, right? Oh my gosh, no, Cecilia, no.
You put a lot of effort into those notes.
You'll get a mini episode, okay? Hush.
Do I get a mini episode?
Prize. Anyway, it all boils down to Rhea having mommy issues anyway.
Yeah, creepy, obsessed, desperate Rhea.
Also, we didn't talk about this because every route my words are failing me.
Maybe
every route presents different themes, not only about perspective, also themes. And someone on Reddit made a really awesome, concise infographic about the routes, which I will link in the description. And here's the picture that you will not be able to read because my screen is not going to be big enough for that. But
yes,
go to Reddit or
go to something. Reddit. I had the fortune that I was able to zoom in, and I was like, this is true.
Yeah, they have the big ones, right? Justice, revolution, seeking truth, choice, and morality. And then it goes more in depth about like which one's more fantastical and which one is more political, plot driven, character driven, whatever. It's really, really nice. It's. I could of course read all of this up, but someone else did it. Why would I take away what they did? Go and admire their work, you know?
Yes, do that.
So, cue title screen. It's all about perspective in the end. Except for some villains like those who sit in the dark, the good and bad people shift depending on the route you play. People's motivations remain largely the same. It's only the perspective of you as Byleth, that changes depending on the chosen path. And that is great storytelling. There is no simple right and wrong, good or bad, it's all a matter of perspective and making choices and being a human.
Like the humans you hate so much.
They are incomprehensible, confusing, little, weird beings.
Humans.
Alright. We are on Spotify, YouTube, and somewhere else. I'm looking into social media right now, so you'll see on screen where else we are.
Yes.
At Tea and Toffees. Me, myself, and I also has a Twitch account. Weekend evenings, CET, that is Central European Time. I somewhere on Instagram and somewhere else I will post my schedule usually, I think. Also random art on Instagram at neitshayd. All on screen and in the description.
I also have a Twitch account, but I don't stream on Twitch. I just appear in your streams, you know. I'm also there in some shape or form. Chat, voice chat, who knows. But
usually, yes.
If our audience like this episode, then please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Leave us also a comment, because we would like to hear your thoughts about who is your favorite character, least favorite character, favorite route, least favorite route, and why.
Now, bad news. We're taking a break for Christmas and New Year's as always, but we'll probably not be back in January. We'll be back in February? Probably, but no promises, sorry. I need a break. I need a desperate break. I'm so sorry.
You never told me.
Now you know.
Now you know. I mean, I can also see it. Yes, I know why.
There will be a mini episode for Christmas with Cecilia's Fire Emblem 3 Houses church history theory that I cut.
Yes.
So that should come out 2 weeks. On the Saturday, 2 weeks from now. That's around Christmas. Not quite sure when that is. I will still stream on Twitch regardless. Maybe not every week. Depends. I mean, unless stuff comes out, right? So if you want updates, just come over and ask. And I've roped Cecilia into playing Lego Star Wars with me on Sylvester.
Yes,
by the way.
that you did.
We're gonna play that as long as we can before you get tired, and then either it's gonna be midnight or I'll switch to a different game. We'll see.
We will see.
Unless you're gonna be here for the mini episode, have a nice Christmas and New Year's and whatnot. So until we see each other again,
have nice holidays. Bye.
Yes. Bye.